Hey folks, hey, this is Wesley Virgin. Welcome to another Millionaire Midnight Rant. It's approximately 12:09. Happy Sunday, folks. And tonight here, I wanted to discuss how to change your reality. I've been getting DMs about this. And what I like to do, folks, you can always DM me. I might not reply, but usually the questions from my DMs and emails from my YouTube channel that relates to the rant, I do my best to answer those questions on the rant. So make sure you turn on your notifications here. Make sure you follow me if you choose to do that now. And I do my best to answer those questions if you don't get the opportunity to get that question answered here on the rant here, okay? So how's everybody doing here? High energy, high income. Go ahead and repeat that for me. And go ahead and put your names here below. If you're brand new to the rant here, my name is Wesley Virgin here. I'm a young black man here in Houston, Texas, and I'm a self-made millionaire. I'm currently worth over $30 million here. I'm in the digital marketing space, and I've done well for myself. And now it's my life's purpose to make a contribution to others, such as you, Brianna, and Mary, Darren, Travis, Xavier. So if you're going to be here, take notes. And a rant means I'm going to be very unapologetic, right? I may curse, okay? I may raise my voice. I may say things that may offend you, may hurt your feelings here. But listen, everything that you're going to hear tonight with me is going to be out of love from the top of my heart, because I want you to win, okay? But to win, you got to be resilient. You have to have this sense of a bit of formidable. You got to be formidable, and hopefully you'll be able to achieve your results here. We got Sugarland in the house as well. Hey, Lynn, how are you? And thank you, folks, for always tagging people below and hitting the like button, the love button. I do appreciate that as well. And I will answer questions after we talk about how to change your reality. I'm curious, how many of you know how to change your realities? Maybe I don't need to talk about this. The reason why I think a ton of people, I'm getting DMs about, like, Wesley, how do I change my life? How do I change my reality here? Is because with people, when they ask me how to change their reality, they want to know how to change their life or how to transform or transcend the situation here, okay? And I want to give you some steps that are very mechanistically to get you, very practical as well, to get you not only to change it, but to understand what reality is. And I truly believe that once you understand what reality is, you can change it, okay? Is everybody with me here? Hey, Bryce, how are you, man? Ambitious, how are you? Great evening. You know, I love all of you folks. I just want you to know that I love you so much. I do appreciate you. I look forward to this. Like, when it's 12 midnight, I'm looking forward to, I don't care if it's 31 or 31 million people on these rants here. Many of you listen to my podcast. You send me DMs and say, Wesley, I'm in the gym. I'm listening to you. I'm so proud of you as well. And listen, I'm an advocate for you. I got your back. I really do. I have your support. You have my support. I know I maybe don't know you personally here, but listen, I have your back, okay? I got you. And this is the reason why I'm always doing these rants here, okay? For you, because I want you to win. I really do. From the top of my heart, I want you to win, however you think and however you define winning, okay? All right, so let's talk about this reality stuff, right? First, before we can talk about how to change it, we have to understand what it is. Yeah, I do have a podcast, folks. I'm sorry. Just go to google.com, type in Wesley Virgin podcast, and every rant that I do, what I do just for you, I digitize it and I put it in audio format and I upload it to Spotify. It's on Apple Music. So you can search me, you can listen to me on your phone, whatever, right? You have to be constantly getting this information because it's very important to condition the mind for success. That is not a myth. You have to condition the mind for success. Thanks, Bryce, for the hearts here. So the reason why I did that, so you can condition your mind for success. So the podcast is out there for you to download. It's free. It's over 300 episodes, so we keep you very busy. It's just like listening to the radio, but other than listening to the radio with this very futile and useless information, you'll be listening to something that's going to be compelling and educational that will lead you to your land of prosperity. Same thing I did in my 20s, and I became a very rich man in my 30s, okay? All right, so take notes, okay? Please, big head, take notes. Write it down, all right? I'm going to talk about some powerful things here tonight. It's going to be very esoteric, some of the stuff you've never heard before, some of the stuff you've heard before. But listen, repetition is the mother of skill. Just because you hear it one time doesn't mean you get it. That's not how the mind works, right? Many of you have a lot of junk in your mind. Many of you have a disorganized mind. So you have to hear this information over and over again. It's almost like listening to your favorite song. You know, the only reason why you're able to remember that song because of the repetition. Does that make sense? Right? So same thing you have to do with this type of information here. You have to get very immersed in the information, listen to it several times, and then one day you'll start to make it applicable to your life. Okay? All right, so first, before we can change our reality, we need to understand what reality is. Can anybody comment below and tell me what they believe what reality is? When you say, well, that's not reality. Well, that's reality, Wes. What do you mean by that? Comment below. You know, because I hear this all the time. You know, oh, Wesley, that's not reality. That's not reality. That's not realistic. Right? So how do you define that, everyone? Please comment below. We want to make this interactive, right? Because this is like school, and I'm here to train you to become a millionaire in training, okay? What's reality? Somebody said, what's in the now? That's Luke. Lynn says, our mindset. What else? Come on, talk back. Come on. This is going to be interactive here tonight. What do you think reality is? You need to learn this, you know, because life would be easier once you really understand what reality is and how to change it for your benefit. I guess the current perception is what Aaron says here. What is reality, folks? Think. Use that mind of yours, okay? So let me define it for you here. One's own perception. Okay, very close. So reality is basically a person's perception or opinion of what's happening based off their five senses. Does that make sense? Let me say it again. A person's reality is an opinion or a perception, same word, right? They're synonymous, of what they experience using their five senses. What you have to understand is that reality can only be perceived through the five senses, which means is we perceive reality through what we see, what we hear, what we smell, and what we taste and what we feel. Does that make sense? That's it. Like, we don't, like, if you see, like women, if you see a young man and he's ugly, you see that with your eyes. You're able to perceive that he's an ugly individual, right? Right? Men, if you see a woman that has a big butt, you're able to see that, and now you can make a decision that she has a big butt. Whatever, right? But what I want you to understand is that reality is all perceived only through the five senses. Okay? That's it. Because reality is a construct, and it's constructed from my five senses. So how is this applicable to making a ton of money and being rich and being successful and laying out on beaches butt naked here? Let me tell you why. Many people, or most of you, you're perceiving your reality in a way that doesn't serve you. Okay? Like when you think about your reality, which is what you smell, what you hear, and what you see, what you feel, and what you touch, you feel that, well, I don't have any money in my bank account. So since I can't see any money in my bank account, I'm not going to feel good about that. Are you with me here? Some of you don't hear enough compliments from other people. Well, since I don't hear a lot of compliments, I'm not getting any validation. Maybe that means that I'm ugly or I'm not an attractive person. Are you with me here? Okay? You have to really understand this, because now this happens when we're perceiving what's going on in the world. It happens so quickly, and unfortunately we've never been taught on what's happening, and many of you get lost in this, what is called the distorted reality. See, many of you are in a distorted reality because you have unfairly perceived your reality in a way that it doesn't serve you, like it doesn't benefit you. Like, to say that you're broke, that's not going to benefit you. To say that you're ugly, that's not going to benefit you. To say that you're not good enough, that's not going to benefit you. To say that you've been working hard but you still haven't figured it out, that's not going to benefit you. To blame your parents, to blame your significant other, to blame your brother, your pastor, your mentor, that's not going to be beneficial for you. To be extra negative, to be bitter, to be resentful, it's not going to benefit you. Right? But many of you have what is called a distorted reality. And a distorted reality are people that will never win financially. People will feel that they're always unfairly judged. These are the people that believe that they're doing everything right, but they're not getting what they want. Does that make sense? Because they have a distorted reality. Are you with me here? See, unfortunately, we've been taught that we need to work very hard to be able to achieve things in life, right? Our parents taught us that. The internet tells us that. Videos, work hard for what you want. And many of you are working hard, but at the same time, you're working on a project, you're working on a business, you could be working on your relationship, but you're perceiving your reality in a distorted way that it never works. I give example. Say if you start a new business today, right? Say if you watch one of my videos on YouTube on how to make money online, and you decide to try it out. And you go through the steps, and you're trying to make money, right? You're trying to make money, trying to do the steps to make money, right? You're loving the videos, you're loving my energy, and you're trying to make some money. But every time that you try, it doesn't work. Every time that you try, it doesn't work. Now, what do you say? Because you can see with your eyes that it's not working. Then what did you do? So you say, well, this is not working. This means this is a scam, or this is not correct. This is not the right information. Those are all perceptions, by the way. Those are all opinions. Or this is too hard. That's an opinion. Or I can't get this. That's an opinion. Are you with me here? See, what we've never been taught is how to understand that our reality is nothing but an illusion. Many of you think that what's happening in your life is really real. You may say, yes, Wes, I really don't like my job. I have an average life. I don't really like the car that I'm driving. I'm working on the business, but it's not working. This is really happening, Wes. I have no money in my bank account. You want me to pull it up right now? You can see it. But what you don't realize, that's just your opinion. Even though it feels like it's real. Are you guys with me here? Okay, stay with me here. Because I know this is going to get a little bit deep here, but I'm going to do my best to explain it to you on a very elementary level so you get it here. Listen, to begin to change your reality or to change your life or be able to be on the other side of the spectrum and go from average and poor to rich and wealthy and happy is this: changing your perception about your current reality. Because your current reality is nothing but a distorted perception that you conjured up. Are you with me here? Now, I told you I was going to go deep tonight, right? The ladies like when I go deep, right? You know, women, they really pay attention to this information here. Did you write that down? Let me say it again. Listen, to change one's reality, to change it, you must change the perception, which are the opinions of the current distorted reality that came from you. Okay? Are you with me here? So, I know what you're thinking. Well, how do I change it, Wes? So I give examples, the best way I can explain this here. How many of you, and be honest, how many of you are broke? Comment below if you're broke. No money in the bank account, but you want some money. How many of you live a pretty average life, 8 to 5 job, you know what I mean? You want to leave the job, but obviously you just feel that you can't. How many of you, now you want to take more vacations, or you want to do some of the things that you would like to do instead of the things you feel that you have to do? Okay? So let me give you an example. To change the perception is, and like in business, this is a great example. When you start a company, you start a business, or you work on an opportunity, anything that you're going to utilize to make some more money, you can no longer see that opportunity as hard. You can no longer see that opportunity as it's not working. You can no longer see that opportunity as I've tried everything, but nothing's working. Does that make sense? You have to completely change your perception. Let me give you a real life example. So when maybe in my later 20s here, and I wasn't making any money, right? Obviously. I was like a lot of you. You know, I was trying to make more money, but I wasn't. And I was working and teaching myself how to run ads, like Facebook ads and Google ads. And listen, every day, man, it wasn't working. Every day, I was like, man, this is not working. I'm spending money. I think I was spending $10 a day, right? $10 a day is all I can afford. $10 a day, $10, but no conversions, right? Can anybody relate? It's like you're spending all this money on ad campaigns and no conversions. This is a true story, by the way, right? No money, no money, no money. And I continue to say, man, I'm not making any money. I'm not making any money. Why is this not working? What am I doing wrong? Does that make sense? How many of you have ever said that? Okay. So what I realized that was nothing but my opinion that nothing is working. It was my opinion that I wasn't making money or I wasn't making progress. Okay. So what I did something crazy here. Okay. What I started to do when I was working on the ad campaigns, I said, you know what? It is working. Now, I get it. Some of you are going to say, well, that's a lie, Wes. It's not working, obviously. Right? See, this is the tricky part about really understanding that reality is nothing but an illusion. It's not even real, honestly. But we create reality through the perception. That's what gives it power. Whatever we think and feel about what we think the reality is what makes it real. So I started to say exactly what I wanted. Okay? Like, think about how many of you run the business right now, right? And you're not making enough money, or you're not making any money. So I began to say exactly what I wanted to see in the business. So when I would run ads, I say, my ads are working. They're working. They're getting closer every single day right now. The next day, my ads are working. Even though the ads wasn't producing an outcome, but I didn't voice it. I didn't say it. I didn't think it. I said, it is working. I said, my ads are working and they're working perfectly. Okay. And I continue to say that for weeks, then months. And then one day, boom, I made a sale. Okay. Now, there's so many ways to explain this, because you may say, well, Wesley, how do you know that's how it worked? Like, how do you know just because you said it or, you stated that it was working, how do you know that was the reason why I did? Well, there's two ways to look at it. We can either say that my words were powerful enough to make it happen, or by using the words that were more optimistic, allowed me to develop the skill over time to figure out the solution. Are you with me here? Right? Because see, what a lot of you don't understand is like, when you run a company, run a business, and when you're doing something from scratch, brand new, you're brand new. And there is a gap, there's a process that you're going to have to go through to perfect the skill or to develop the skill to make that thing work. And what kills a lot of people is the emotions that they're not able to manage while they're going through the journey, right? How many of you can agree that you'll be very emotional through the process of trying to make some money and trying to make something work? It's very emotional, right? You get irritated, you get annoyed, you get stressed out, you get tired, you want to quit, you get exhausted here. And most people, 99% of people, they just end up quitting or pausing or stopping or saying, this is not for me. And what I'm here to tell you is if you alter the reality, altering the reality is basically changing the opinion about what's happening. Because listen, let me go a little bit deeper here. Stay with me here. Nothing on the planet is really factual information. Now, you got to get this. I've been working on trying to explain this to people because it's kind of hard for you to get it, but I think tonight you will get it. Nothing on the planet are facts, okay? There's no such thing as facts. And I'm going to explain myself. Everything on the planet that we call facts were opinions or people's thoughts. Like the color black. The color black, you may say it's a fact that right now you're looking at the color black on my screen, right? Right? You may say that. However, somebody had to make a decision to say this is black for some reason. And people came together and agreed that it's black. Those are opinions. It's not really a fact. We make things factual based off the opinions of people. Does that make sense? An opinion is nothing but someone's viewpoint or how they feel about something or some person. That's all what it is. Now stay with me here. See, if you can agree with me that facts really don't exist, that means that when you're working in your business, and even though you say, you know what, I'm making money today. I'm making money. I made money today. I'm making progress. It's working. It's working out perfectly. You won't call that a lie. Because you realize that's nothing but your opinion. And an opinion, if you say it long enough, it will become a fact. Are you with me here? And it will become, and it will manifest in the world. I mean, we all know this. Look at your life. Listen, stay with me here. How many of you have, you really wanted something? Say it was time for you to interview for a job and you felt very confident, say, I'm going to get that job. I already know I'm going to get that job. I know I'm going to get that job. And you got the job. How many of you had a big test and you say, I know I'm going to pass this test. I just know it. I just know I'm going to pass this test, and you pass the test. Or you might say, well, I know I'm going to fail that test. I just know I'm going to do terrible. I know, and then you do terrible, right? You have to realize that what you say can be factual information, even though it starts off as an opinion, right? Because listen, right now, I can say that I'm a billionaire. A lot of you may say, prove it. We don't believe it. Show me $1 billion. I say, but I do. I have it. I'm not going to show you my bank accounts because I'm not obligated to do that. I don't have to show you, but I'm telling you that I'm a billionaire right now. You may say, nah, you're a fraud. You're fake. You ain't making $1 billion. Prove it. Prove it to us. And let me tell you why people are like that. One, because it's very difficult for people to believe something that they can't experience for themselves. And if a person can experience a new reality for themselves, they can't see it for you. So a lot of you want this new reality, but you're spending time with people who are stuck in their distorted reality. Are you with me here? Okay. I told you I was going to go deep here tonight here. Stay with me here. Does that make sense? It's like everybody that's listening to me right now, you want a new reality. You want a new life. You want more money. You want to be able to do what you want to do. You want to be caught up in the matrix. You're tired of the job. You're tired of dealing with the significant other. You want just a whole new life, right? I get it. But if you're spending time with people who have distorted realities and people who have distorted realities, when you say, I'm a millionaire, they say bullshit. Does that make sense? When you say, man, I know this is going to work. I know this is going to work. The people with the distorted realities are going to tell you, no, you said that last time. You said it every year. What are you talking about? Go get a job. What are you doing with your life? You can't even pay your bills. You're in debt. Spending all this money on your credit card, trying to invest in your business. You're going in the hole. You got kids. Are you with me? Stay with me here. And the reason why that's happening, because you're around people who have distorted realities. Just people who have distorted realities cannot see the new reality for themselves, and they can't see it for you. And this will keep you stagnant. Okay? That's why it's so difficult to change the reality or change your life. You get it? As many people, right now, it's December while I'm recording this podcast, as many people right now, they're going to have New Year's resolutions. And 99% of those people are not going to fulfill those New Year's resolutions. Not because they're not capable and not because they don't have the ability to fulfill those resolutions. It's because they're around people who are stuck in their distorted realities. You have to understand something. You can have dreams and hopes and desires, but you still got to live on the planet while you're trying to discover the solution to fulfill those hopes and dreams and desires. And if you're in a circle of people that can't see what you see, they're going to influence you, and it's going to distort your ability to see it differently. See, you know what? Listen, let me tell you what people used to do to me. And this is why I really have to separate from people. Is when I would tell people, oh, it's working. I'm a millionaire. I remember going to the Lamborghini dealership and taking a picture in front of the Lamborghini like I'm about to buy it. And people were clowning me and saying, man, you can't afford that. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Wes? I know you. You can't even afford that. When are you going to buy it? People used to tease me. They used to talk very condescending towards me as well. Oh, come on, really? Wes, you going to buy a Lamborghini? I mean, then you just got kicked out your apartment. I mean, how are you going to buy a Lamborghini, man? You got a job now? I mean, what's going on? What are you talking about? You're posting this fraud picture online. This is not you. You're delusional. So this was what's happening to me, because what I used to do, I posted online. I think the picture's still online somewhere, right? Because what I was doing is I was working on myself. And I was working to get myself to believe that a Lamborghini, it was normal and it was okay for me to have this a part of my reality here. So I was working to convince myself that this new reality was really possible. But when you're around people who have distorted realities, then your goals and your dreams, they start to fade. You start to doubt. Why do you think you folks doubt that it's going to happen for you? There's many people on here right now, they doubt. They're doubting that they're going to be a first generation millionaire. As many of you doubt that you're going to figure out the solution for the business. Like you really doubt it. It's like a part of you that just doubts it, man. I don't know, man, because I've been working on this thing for 5-10 years. Almost every woman and every man on here has some form of doubt. And the question is, where's that doubt coming from? It's coming from the people that you're spending time with that are reinforcing that doubt. Because the people that you're spending time with, they're talking about reality. Say, hey, man, that's not reality, man. You're not going to make $1 million this year. I mean, come on, man. You can't. You're joining internet marketing, network marketing. That's just not how it works, man. You got to go step by step. You got to go slow. You need a mentor. You need this. And if you ever pay attention, the people that give the most advice are the people that should not be giving advice. It's always the person that's always giving the most advice. It's the person that needs to shut the fuck up. Can I get an amen? Right? Am I right or am I right? But the issue with people is that the advice sounds so sincere. Like it sounds like it's like if you decide to quit your job and everybody around you say, don't quit your job, man. Have a plan B. You can't just quit your job without a plan B, man. What are you talking about? You got kids, right? And it sounds so legitimate. It sounds so sincere. But what I want you to understand is you have to be very careful of who you're listening to. Because someone can be very sincere with you, but they can be sincerely wrong. Right? Very wrong. And that's where a lot of you are getting stuck. Are you with me here? That's where many of you are stuck. Okay? To change your reality, one, you have to remove yourself from people who have distorted realities, because even you have a distorted reality. If you think that your life sucks, if you think that you hate life, if you think life is unfair, if you think that you're doing everything that it takes to do what you got to do, if you feel that what you're doing is not working, that is a distorted reality. It is wrong. You need to change the meaning. You have to change the opinions. I already explained to you that facts don't exist. People create facts. Okay? And we create facts by first having opinions about something. Period. Which means is you can be the fact creator. It could be a fact that you're a multimillionaire right now. Does that make sense? You can, listen, let me tell you something. Listen to me. It can be a fact that you are a multimillionaire right now. The reason why some of you can't believe that because you're thinking, well, don't I need $1 million in a bank account to be a multimillionaire? Don't I need to have money before I can call myself that? Absolutely not. Let me give you an example here. So you folks know I didn't go to college. I went to college for 2 semesters and I dropped out because I just got a job, man. I was like, this is just wasting my time because I just realized college was not for me. It's just not what I wanted to do. But I wanted to be in the computer field. And do you know, for 10 years, I was in positions as a computer engineer, even though I didn't have a degree, even though I didn't have any type of specialized education from any type of formal school. But I called myself a computer engineer. And you know what? Some people would tell me, well, Wesley, how do you call yourself a computer engineer if you don't have a degree? Well, I said I have a paycheck. I'm getting paid $15,000 a month, so I guess I'm a computer engineer. So the question is, do I need to have a degree to call myself a computer engineer? And I said no. And many people won't agree with that. Even till today, people won't agree. And it's okay. It's okay. But what I want you to understand is, like, if you want to be a millionaire, what's stopping you from calling yourself a millionaire today? What's stopping from saying that, you know what, I am a multimillionaire. I'm successful and I'm prosperous. I'm confident. I'm intelligent right now in this moment here. Like, what's stopping you from saying that? The reason why it's very difficult for us to say that about ourselves is because we don't have any validation or we have anything to support that belief. Because everybody around you is not going to agree with you. Everybody around you is going to tease you and clown you if you say that. Well, listen, that's why they call people like us the 1%. It's just the 1% of people who have all these crazy, insane thoughts and dreams about things. And we're very confident being these type of people. And we understand ourselves so deeply that the opinions of other people doesn't really affect us. Okay? See, many of you, you don't need a new business or a new strategy. You need to have the confidence to be able to claim and state who you are and the man or woman that you're becoming. Hello, are you getting value here tonight? Talk to me. You got to have the confidence to do it. So you have to have the confidence and the resilience to say, I'm a multimillionaire. Just say, I'm a millionaire. Just say it. Comment below. I'm a millionaire. And then you got to have the confidence to say it online. Then you have the confidence to say it around family. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. Right? And then you have to have the awareness that people are not going to believe that, obviously, right? You're not a millionaire. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking. Oh, you believe in you're a millionaire. You know, you got people like that. Oh, you're just believing it. Oh, I understand. You just believing you are, but you don't have the money in the bank account. Listen, I'm going to tell you, you're going to have people like that. I'm just letting you know in advance. And listen, you know, you think to yourself, why aren't these people supporting me? Why aren't they just more positive? How many of you wish the people around you would be more positive? How many of you wish that your significant other, your wife or your husband, right? Your boo, the man or woman you're having sex with, will at least support your dreams, your mama, your daddy, but they don't. They don't. They tease you. They make fun of you. Oh, you're a millionaire? Okay, Mr. Millionaire, go buy me a car right now. Okay, Mr. Millionaire, let's take a vacation around the world then, Mr. Millionaire. Right? They'll rather tease you and laugh at you, right, than support or believe you. And let me tell you something, and I want you to listen very closely here. It is not their responsibility nor their obligation to support you, unfortunately. Even the people that's closest to you. It's just not. And if you're waiting for other people, and this is what a lot of you do, like deep in your heart, you just wish somebody would just believe in you, right? You just wish somebody would support you and to believe your crazy dreams. And I'm here to tell you, it's only one man that's going to believe your crazy dreams. And that man is talking to you right now, which is me. I believe it. Like if you truly believe what you're going to do, I believe you too. If you truly believe in taking action towards every single day of what you want, I got your back. But don't expect the people around you to believe that you're going to create this new reality for yourself. And let me tell you why. Let's go deeper here. It's because they're too familiar with who you are today. You know who you are today? And don't get mad at me. You're inconsistent. Many of you are lazy. Many of you, men, you can't even separate yourself from women. Can't even do it. You allow your penis to control your life. Many of you men can't put the video game down. Can't even stop watching the game on TV instead of create and manifest your dreams. A lot of you are procrastinators. You say something, but you never do it. Many of you are the type of people to say, yeah, I know I should do that. I should work out. I should work my bit, but you don't do anything. That's you. And let me tell you something. See, the people that's around you, they know that person. They're very familiar with that person. And they believe that's who you are. It's because you continue to demonstrate who that person is. So in actuality, it's your fault. Like the reason why people have certain thoughts about you, you know, your friends, the people that you love most, your inner circle, whatever, your girl, your boy. The reason why it's very hard for them to see something different is because they know you. They know you procrastinate. They know you lazy. They know you full of shit. They know. And even when you say, no, I'm serious this time. I'm serious. They're like, oh, okay, you serious. All right, Mr. Serious. All right, Miss Serious, I got you. Yeah, okay. I see you tonight at the club. Well, let's have a drink tonight. I see you. We're going out. Does it make sense? And you are getting upset at people that you have given this example of who you are. Like you're reinforcing their beliefs about you. Are you with me here? Okay. Listen, you got to begin to change the reality by changing the perception. That means that everything that you're doing as it relates to it, the achievement of your goals and dreams, you have to speak as if it's working. You can't say that it's not working. Okay? You cannot say that. And I know you're going to want to. Trust me. Listen. Yeah, you're going to want to say it. You're going to want to say, oh, it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. We have the tendency to just say exactly what we feel is going on here because it's painful when something's not working here. But you have to speak. You have to speak in the affirmative and say it is working. And I'm here to tell you that is not a lie. Even your brain doesn't understand what a lie is. Your brain just takes information. It's like a computer. Computer doesn't know what a lie, what the truth is. A computer only functions based on what you program it to do. And if you keep telling yourself that you're a winner, that you're successful, that you're confident, that you're great, that you're handsome, that you're beautiful, that you're excellent, that you're a king, that you're a queen, if you keep telling yourself that every day, all day, you just become it. You will. Okay, and that's facts. Because you're listening to a man that do it. This is not theory here yet, ladies and gentlemen, here. Like your mouth is like the keyboard to your computer, to your brain. Whatever you're saying out of your mouth and how you feel about what you say is being hardwired into your brain, which is your computer. And whatever you hardwire into the computer becomes facts. It becomes your new perception. Okay? And you may say, well, that's not real. I'm not a millionaire. Well, I'm broke. I'm not broke. Listen, you're speaking based off the old distorted reality. See, no one ever taught you this, man. See, growing up in school, if you made an F, made a D, an F, that means you're a failure. I think that's the worst thing to do is to give children grades in school, because if they make an F, then the child feels like, well, I'm a failure. I'm not good enough. See, based off one test, a child will associate himself or herself as a failure. And he don't understand it's just one test. He believes that he's a failure in everything. Yeah. Right? A student that makes C, D's, and F's, they feel they're not good enough. They're not smart enough. I'm just not good at that. I'm just not good. I'm just not good. Think about how many children have said that over and over. I'm not good at that. I'm not good at it. I'm just a failure. I made an F. I failed. And then they get ostracized and criticized and get reprimanded and they get chastised for that. Why did you make an F? Why did you fail in grades? What's wrong with you? Why you can't do better? Why I'm just not good enough? I don't understand this. I don't know. I'm just a failure. You see that? And now this bleeds over into your adult life. You get it? Are you with me here? And as an adult, you don't want to fail. Why do you think we don't want to fail? This is a whole nother rant, by the way. You know, the reason why people don't like to fail is because fail means pain. See, in school, when you fail, it didn't mean pleasure. No. That's why they made it a red mark. They even have a color to associate to failure and pain, a red F. Right? It's red. F. You know, you get 100, it's blue, green. But whenever you get some negative remarks, red X, red, X, red. That's where red is a very negative color, right? Red is like stop. Red is like you better pay attention, right? Because you pay attention to the red mark, you don't pay much attention to the 100, but to the red, because you can feel that pain. Are you with me here? Any questions for me? Did you guys get any value here tonight? Do you understand what I was sharing with you about how to change your reality? First, you must understand what reality is. Reality can only be perceived through your five senses, which means is that you can change the way that you see things. You can change the way that you feel about things. You can change the way that you hear things. Because everything that you call opinions or everything that you call facts are nothing but opinions. And whatever comes out of your mouth, if you say it long enough, and if if you keep repeating that shit, it will be factual information. Okay? Talk to me. Questions here. I know some of you, did I give you value here tonight? Comment below if I gave you massive value. Comment below if you're going to listen again. High energy, high income. I'm not here to inspire. I'm here to educate you. I am a professor. Okay? And no, I didn't go to school for 15 years. But I am a professor. And I'm a professor of prosperity. I'm going to share things with you that you're not going to hear on the internet the way that I deliver it. Because I make people rich. Period. People, if they decide to listen to me, if they decide to be diligent, to be sedulous with their activities, and to listen and really absorb this information, people will get rich based off being exposed to my information here. Okay? Questions for me. Talk to me. I'm looking at the questions now. Questions. Talk to me here. Because I know some of you have questions about what I just talked about. Because I know it's a ton of you that still just went over your head here. I'm trying to get you to understand how simple it is for you to change your reality. You don't need to go get a mentor. You don't need to spend $50,000 on Wesley Virgin for 1 hour. You don't need to go to another seminar. You don't need to go read 1,000 more books. You need to understand that your reality is perceptual. It's just your opinion based off the moment, based off the people that you're around, and based off your environment. That's it. And you can change it. And you don't need a reason. See, this is what's huge with people. They feel they need a reason. Like, Weston, how do I say I have $1 million when I don't? I have nothing to back that up. How can I say that, that I'm losing weight, I'm looking better when I'm not? How can I say that my relationship is getting better when it's not? Listen, I'm going to give you a quote here. Listen, if you're ever dealing with another person, if you want that person to be better, say if you're married to a woman or married to a man, or in a relationship, and you want that person to be better, okay? Maybe that person is not the best. Maybe that person is not behaving the way that they should behave, or they're not responsible. Maybe they're lazy, whatever. But I'm going to give you something that's going to help you. You can do this with your children as well. Maybe your children are bad, they're terrible, right? They're not following your instructions. They're not listening to you. I want you to write this down. It's going to help you. If you see a man or a woman, how they are, they only get worse. But if you see a man or a woman, how they could be, they become what they should be. Does this make sense? If you see a man as he is, he only gets worse. Like if you keep seeing yourself as this person that's struggling, I'm poor, I'm married, I'm in pain, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed, you only get worse. But if you see yourself what you could be, if you see yourself as what you could be, you become what you should be. Does that make sense? That means if you see yourself better, you will eventually become better. Does that make sense? And that's nothing but your perception. Got to see yourself better first. It doesn't cost $1 to do that. It doesn't cost any money to see yourself better. Stop seeing yourself as the worst version of yourself. We get it. We made some mistakes. You fucked up. We get it. Hey, I fucked up in my 20s, man. I did some stuff that you like, what? Yes. Yeah. But if I continue to see myself as the fuck up, if I continue to see myself as the person that never get what he wants, then I only get worse, right? I go down this rabbit hole of misery. And you know what happens with people that go down the rabbit hole of misery? You know what they start to do? Because obviously no one wants to be miserable, right? They start to drink. They start to smoke. They just do things to make them feel good. Drugs, coke, cocaine, Molly, whatever. They start to do something because they don't want to be in this hole of misery. But what they don't realize is that you're digging the hole. Like you're digging the hole. It's you. You're trying to get out of the hole, but you're digging the hole. Are you with me here? Okay. Questions for me. Talk to me here. This is something that you're going to have to listen to again, honestly. I'm going to make that suggestion to listen to this again, because I want you to embed this unconsciously in the mind, that you begin to see yourself tomorrow morning as a new person. Do you know that tomorrow morning you can start to see yourself as a new person? It doesn't take money. You don't have to have the fancy car, fancy homes, fancy wife, or fancy husband. Like tomorrow morning, you can start to see yourself or view yourself as a new person. That's how powerful the mind is. You can just start seeing yourself as the person that you will be proud of. You can start to see yourself as a person that you would admire tomorrow morning. You can do that. Okay? Questions for me. Talk to me. Yes, I probably should do that. Stop using the word should, Deetra. You must do it. And you must do it now. Should people should all over themselves. Okay? I must do it. I want everybody to come at the words, I must do it. You notice how powerful that word is? I must. Not I should. Well, I should do it. Yeah, I should. I must do it. When things are a must, it's like, oh, okay, man. You know what? I gotta do it. I must. I should. Well, it's a high percentage chance that you're not gonna do it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, queens and kings. I appreciate that. I must. I'm teaching you something here. You're learning right now. You're learning this. This is called linguistics. When I use language such as I must instead of I should, which you don't realize that your language is very, very highly responsible for your reality. Like how you use words and what you say about yourself, what you say about others, what you say about your reality, what you say about the world, right? It will determine what type of life that you live. Okay? And your expectations from the life that you're currently living as well. Questions here. Questions, comment below here. I know some of you left some questions earlier here. I'm sorry, hold on, let me delete this person. Give me a second. All right. Questions, talk to me here. I'm sorry I didn't see your guys' questions below here, but I see them now. So go ahead and comment your questions now. Because, listen, it's very important for me to believe that you honestly understand what I just shared with you tonight here. Okay? I don't want anybody to leave this rant tonight not understanding how to change your reality here. Lynn says, do you journal? Not anymore. I did in the beginning of my career of creating my businesses. I used to journal a lot. But now, no. I don't. It's not really necessary. I have my goals. But I would say this. If you're in the beginning of your journey of making your million or doing whatever you want to do, you should have a journal. And the journal should be written in a way that you are actually living the life that you want to live. You never want to write in your journal as like in the future tense, such as like, I want this. I want to experience this. No. Say, I am experiencing this, or I'm grateful that this is happening now. Because like I explained before in previous rants, that your brain does not know the difference between an experience that is in your mind or an experience that is outside of you. It doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know. It doesn't understand past and future. You understand it, right? You may be able to explain it to me, but your mind doesn't. Your mind doesn't really know when you say, oh, I want this in the future. It doesn't really know what the future is. The brain works in the now because the brain is chemical, right? It's a lot of chemicals and neurons and neurotransmitters. It's happening now, right? Right now, you can think about something very sad that took place 5 years ago, and tears tears can start to form in your eyes. Or you can think about something that's funny. And all of a sudden, you'll start laughing, right? Because it doesn't understand past and future. You don't understand the present moment. You have to be a master at this stuff. Okay, to understand everything that you feel is in the present moment. I have knowledge but failed to take action. As deep inside, I still do not believe I am worthy. How do I overcome this? So my question to you is, why don't you believe that you're worthy? Give me the reasons. You got to remember something about people. Whenever people make a statement about, like, I don't believe I'm worthy, I don't believe I'm good enough, they have a reason. So you need to know what the reason is. Why do you think you're not worthy? Because they came from somewhere. Listen, how everybody think about themselves, which is called your self-esteem, like it came from something. It maybe came from your parents. Maybe your parents treated you like shit. Maybe your friends treated you like shit. Maybe your brother treated you like shit, right? It came from somewhere. No one is just born with low self-esteem. Low self-esteem happens over time based off the environment, the people that you're around. Some people were bullied in school and teased. So, we already know what type of person that is. Some people were reinforced positively all the time. Maybe you was a football player or a cheerleader, and everybody liked you. You was the cutest girl in school. Maybe you was the handsome guy in school, the most athletic, and everybody liked you because you can dance or whatever, right? So your confidence and your self-esteem tends to be high because of the validation of other people. Does that make sense? Questions for me? Talk to me. And if you want to go live, folks, I'm always open to go live with you. Okay, I'm here to serve you. So let me serve you, please, if you will allow me to do that. If not, I'll take my butt to bed. Well, I got to get some work done, honestly, but I'm just taking a moment out of my time to talk to you here on the podcast here. Listen, if you ever want to go live with me, just follow me at Wesley Virgin. That's for everybody that's on the podcast right now. And you can get the live experience here with me. It was a lot of negative experiences in my childhood. Yeah, see? I know a lot of those negative experiences came from your childhood. So you know what you have to do, sweetheart? You have to begin to do right here in this moment, precious. You have to start to give yourself the same positive reinforcement that you wanted and that you craved when you were a child. You have to start to give yourself these words of acknowledgement. You have to start to give yourself the words that you're beautiful, that you're confident, that you're strong. You have to do this. It's your responsibility now because you are an adult. You're not a child anymore. You can't go back and you can't criticize or fix or castigate anybody in your childhood. You can't do that. It's over. You're an adult now, which means now how you feel about yourself is now your responsibility. You have to start to fill up your emotional bank account with words of encouragement. I do it all the time. You would think I'm a narcissist, man. I'm always in the mirror like, man, you sexy, goddamn Wes. You are a good looking man. Wes, you're so smart. You're an intelligent. You're a king. You're a god, Wes. Look at you. Look at your skin looking all good. Oh my God. I be posing in the mirror, butt naked, and looking at everything from the head to my toe. Does that make sense? And I'm not being conceited. Some people are like, oh, he's being conceited, cocky and arrogant. Listen, I'm just appreciating greatness because I am great. It is what it is. There's no lies there. It's facts. I'm great. I'm powerful. I'm just stating the truth. But what I want you to understand that you are as well. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not powerful. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not great, that you're not good enough. And they will tell you. And they will criticize you. They will say, oh, well, you cocky. You're arrogant. Why you always talking about yourself? Whatever. You're going to have people like this. And that's okay. But those people you need to delete from your life. That's why it's so easy to eliminate people. Because if people are not on your frequency, you need to turn off the station. You got to change the channel. Does that make sense? Okay. You're welcome. Questions for me? Talk to me. Questions here. I am using affirmation, but deep inside, I don't believe it. Of course you don't. Right? Of course you don't believe it yet. What I want you folks to understand here, some of you are like 30 and 40 and 50 years old, man. You've been a certain way for 20 years, maybe 30 years. That it's not going to take 20 years to fix you or to get yourself right, but it may take a year. It may take 2 years because you got so much baggage, right? And it doesn't. And honestly, it doesn't have to take that long either. It doesn't. It's so many ways. And I can talk about this as far as hypnosis, meditation. It's just so many ways to change yourself and change how you think very quickly here. But the big problem with a lot of you don't believe it, right? You don't believe that you can just change immediately, which you can, 100%. But most of you are so skeptical, you don't believe anything. But listen, if you've... Woo! Well, it felt good. Listen, if you've been living on this planet for decades and believe in a certain belief about yourself for 10 to 20 years that you were not good enough, then a few affirmations in the morning, for 2 days is not going to be impactful. And not just that, you can't just say information, you got to scream them. You hear me? You have to voice them. You have to scream them, okay? Like if you want impact, I want you to scream just like when you scream at Jerome, when you find that Jerome cheating on you and you screaming at him, right? When you see some perfume or some panties in a drawer and you screaming at that man, I want you to scream that way. Like, man, I want you to scream and holler like you scream and holler when you're watching the football game or the soccer game. It's the FIFA right now, right? When you're cheering for people. I want you to scream it. I want you to shout it. Why? Because motion creates emotion. You need to feel this stuff. You got to feel that you're a queen. You got to feel that you're a millionaire. You got to feel that you're confident. You got to feel that everything that you used to do, you're not going to do anymore. You have to feel this stuff, okay? So that means you have to raise your voice. I used to do it. Just sit in my car in the garage of one of my apartments, and I used to scream. I used to say, I am so grateful right now that I earn $5,000 a day easily and effortlessly flying around the world. I used to scream that like insanely because I wanted that imprinted in my unconscious mind here. Hey, Weekend, how are you? Thanks for the hearts here. Questions for Talk to Me. I want to pretend to be a millionaire for my birthday. I've made reservations for the restaurant. I'm looking in a hotel. There you go. There you go. I love it, boutique. Pretend. I like that. And a lot of you don't realize that you don't need a ton of money to live like a millionaire, I mean, instead of getting a cheap little hotel, go get a 5-star hotel. Like the next vacation you're going, just go get a 5-star hotel. Just do it one time. Treat yourself. See how it feels, right? Go into a department store and look around at bags that you want to buy. Instead of getting the coach flight, get the first class flight. Buy the coach ticket and later upgrade because it won't be that much money to upgrade it after you got the ticket. I mean, experience what it feels like to be rich and wealthy and successful, right? You don't have to have $1 million in your bank account to start to feel and start to act as if you're successful. Start going to the golf courses. Start going to the country clubs. Start going to 5-star restaurants. You don't have to order the lobster. You can get the chicken wings. You get green beans, whatever, right? You get the cheapest thing on the menu, but you want to be in the environment. Stop going to Bennigan's and Chili's and McDonald's and Burger King. I get it, but listen, upgrade yourself. Stop talking about, oh, that's too expensive. I'm not buying no $300 steak. I'm not doing all that. You keep saying what you're not going to do, but yet you want to do it. Isn't that what you want to do? But you keep saying that, I never spend $200,000 on a car. But don't you want a nice car like that? And I understand that everybody doesn't want a $200,000 car, but some of you do. And some of you at the same time that want that type of car, you talk about how you shouldn't get it and how other people are wasting their money. Some of you want to be in penthouses. You want to be in lofts. You want to be in townhouses, right? But yet you don't want to pay $10,000 a month. Some of you right now say, oh, I've never paid $10,000 a month. That's just a waste of money. I'll never buy a Gucci shirt or Versace shirt for $1,000. It only costs $10 to make. I'll never waste my money on that. I ain't never gonna do that. But you're the same person that want to be rich. So my question is, what are you going to do with all the money? Give it away? Stop lying to yourself. What I want you to understand, it is okay to get whatever you want. Why? Because it's your life. Stop listening to other people telling you what you should do about your life. You know, when I made my first million, I started buying cars, right? You know what somebody told me that I used to look up to? Wesley, why are you buying all these cars? They're liabilities. You're going to be broke in 2 years if you continue to do that. I said, but that's what I want. I wanted cars like that. So you're telling me it's wrong for me to have cars? It's other people that have cars like this. They have more cars than me. And you're telling me that I can't have this? Why? Because it's not smart, Wes. It's a liability. And you're going to be broke in 2 years. I swear to God, somebody told me this. I was a man, an older man that I used to look up to. And then all of a sudden I passed his ass up, and now he wanted to downplay me. And guess what? It's been 10 years, and now I have 8 vehicles. All praises to the Most High. God is the greatest. And guess what? Every vehicle that I have is all paid off besides 2 of them. No, actually, yeah, just 2. Because I just paid one off, which is the G-Wagon. I just gave them $80,000. It's paid off. That's a $250,000 vehicle here. All praises to the Most High. God is the greatest. What I want you to understand is whatever you want is your business. Don't let anybody tell you how to deal with your finances, or, you know, you want to be smart, right? Don't be stupid. Don't have $1 million to spend $1 million tomorrow, right? But whatever you want is your business, because you got to deal with that spend. You have to deal with whatever you do. That is your life. That's your finances. Don't let other people tell you that, oh, this is a bad decision. Don't do that. Don't spend your money here. Don't do this, right? You got to realize it's your life. And it's your life to make mistakes. If it's a mistake, it is your mistake to make. I remember telling my father this years ago when I was like 17, 18 years old. Because it's like my father, he never wanted me to make mistakes, and it pissed me off because I wanted to live my own fucking life how I wanted to live it. And I mean, we was at the kitchen table one day, and he was there, I just don't want you to, he trying to get me advice. Wes, I just don't want you to make mistakes. I said, let me make the mistakes, Dad. I swear to God I said that. I'm lucky he just slapped the shit out of me, right? But I said, let me make the mistakes. I want to make them. I said it. I was like 17, 18 years old. Let me make mistakes. It's okay. Because I can deal with it and I can take it. And I was serious. And sometimes as parents, we don't realize that sometimes we coddle our children so much because we're trying to protect them from the world. You can't protect those children from the world. Are you crazy? You cannot. Even though we want to, because we love them so much, but they got to go out there and make the mistakes, and they will make mistakes. And you can't block them or shield them from every mistake on the planet here, because the mistakes is going to make them resilient. If you train them correctly, it's going to make them powerful people. Okay? Questions here. Talk to me. Questions here. Talk to me. Hi, Wes. How are you? How does one stay consistent when there are no results to show up, even after years of work? So, like I just shared with you, listen, you gotta stop saying, you have to stop stating that you're not getting results. This is the trick of the rich, man. You know, if you want to know the trick of the rich and wealthy, you gotta stop saying that you're not getting results. I mean, Elon Musk spent 10 years building a space shuttle company to create reusable rockets. 10 years. 10 years. And I'm pretty sure that every day he wasn't saying, well, we're not getting a result. We're not getting a result. No, we're getting closer to the result. We're making progress. Okay? You have to, Look, you have to think of yourself as like you're the pilot of the plane. You have a plane, you have to take the plane from Houston, Texas to France, to Paris. And based on what you say and what you do, it's going to get you there. And if it starts raining while you're flying that plane, and you say, well, I don't think we're going to make it through the rain, man. I don't think we're going to make it. I don't think we're going to make it. Well, I don't think we're going to make it. I think we got to turn around. It's getting too cloudy here. The thunder is coming. A lightning bolt may strike the plane. If you speak that way, are you going to reach your destination? No. As the pilot of your life, you got to say, we're going to make it. Oh, we're going to get right through it. We're going to navigate around it. It's no problem. Be calm. We got this. We're making progress. Yeah, it's raining, but it's okay. It's going to stop. Eventually, we're going to go around here, this cloud. Okay, we good. We're going to navigate around that. We're okay. You got to remember something, ladies and gentlemen. You're the pilot of your life. And many of you, you're not doing a great job of piloting your life. Right? I just created the word piloting. Right? You're not doing a great job because you're saying, well, it's been 2 years. I'm not getting any results. How can I continue to be motivated when I'm not getting any results? Well, change the perception. You are getting results. Now I want you to find a reason why you are. Because you are making progress. Even small progress is progress. See, many of you confuse progress with the outcome. You think progress is the outcome. Well, and if I'm not getting the outcome, then I'm not making progress. If I don't have $1 million today, if I ain't making any money today, well, I'm not making progress. Are you kidding me? Like, making progress is being disciplined. Like, think about going to the gym. A person that starts to go into the gym for the very first time, progress, if you actually go every day for a month, that's progress. Regardless of the results. Regardless if you lost any weight or if you're looking like you got some abs here, like progress is like self-discipline. Right? Hello? Self-discipline is progress, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know how many people on the planet who are actually self-disciplined? Not a lot. Okay? So, young lady, I need you to be a better pilot to the plane so you can make it to Paris. So you can eat some escargot or go to Milan and shop for hours. Okay? I need you to be able to see it better. I need you to be able to see the progress, even though you think you can't see it. But I'm here to tell you that the progress is there. It's always there if you're looking for it. It's always there if you're looking for it. But many of you ain't looking for it. You're looking for the outcome. And if you don't see the outcome, then you don't see anything. Okay? Questions for me. Talk to me. It feels like that sometimes. I know I'm making progress, it's obvious, but sometimes, some days, some weeks, I feel like it was when I didn't have what I have today. I feel like how it was. Yeah, and it's okay. Listen. Listen. I understand that you will have days and moments that you're going to feel that you want to quit, give up, and that, maybe this is just not for you. Like, what I want you to understand that it's very normal to feel that way. It's normal, okay, sweetheart, young king, queen. It's normal. Don't think that this feeling is not going to happen sometime. It is. It just may happen, And let me tell you something. You know how you start to extinguish that feeling or eliminate that feeling is listening to this information, okay? Honestly. Because you have to continue to fill your mindset up with exactly what you need to think about when moments of discouragement happens. Why do you think I listen to self-development even now, even though I'm rich, right? I can't stop. I'm not going to stop listening to self-development. I'm not going to stop learning. No, it's an everyday process. It's like taking a shower. Just because I'm clean, you may say, well, I've taken a shower for 30 years, man. I'm clean enough. Why do I need more showers? I've been doing it for 30 years. Nah. Got to take a shower every day until you die, right? So self-development, you got to listen to it every day until you die, right? Until that, because, many of us, we wasn't born with this type of thinking of resilience and that we're capable and that we're worthy. So you have to just listen to it all the time, like all forever. And to me, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with learning every single day. But you got to put yourself around this information all the time. That's why I created a podcast for you. So you can listen to it when you feel down. Listen to Wesley Virgin. Turn them on. Play them on the podcast. Play them on Spotify. Play it on Apple Music. Listen to me. As soon as you hear my voice, immediately you're going to have a jolt of energy. When you hear my voice, immediately you're going to think high energy, high income. Immediately you're going to feel strong. You're going to feel powerful. You're going to feel untouchable. You're going to feel confident. You're going to feel that you can conquer anything that lies before you. How do you feel now? Feeling good? Of course you do. Question. Talk to me. High energy, high income, baby. Let's go. Let's go. High energy, baby. You want high income? Have high energy. The people that have high energy has the money. One thing I love about Puff Daddy, he's worth $1 billion. That man always have high energy. Despite what you guys say about him, he always has high energy because it correlates to high income. Okay? It's not, in my opinion, it's not about the smartest person in the room. It's the person that has the energy. Energy is what people want. They crave it. They want to be around people like this. Does that make sense? Of course it does. All right. Questions here. Well, what's about training course to help those promote affiliate programs? What about it? What do you mean? I'm just scrolling up here, folks, to see if I missed any questions here. Absolutely. I'm here for you, queens and kings. Hello. Every time I'm feeling like this is my time and I'm going to make it, ultimately what I find is that I always hit the rock bottom, Wes, and I feel devastated about my situation. Well, listen, when you say it's your time, you have to understand what you're saying when you say it's your time. What does that mean to you? When you say, man, it's my time, Wes. I hear this all the time, by the way. Man, Wes, I know this is my time, man. This is my time. It's my time to win. It's my time to succeed. It's my time to conquer the world. It's my time. It's my time. Listen, it's always your time. It's always been your time. Okay? It's always been your time. And when you use the words rock bottom, like, what does that even mean? Do you know what rock bottom is? First of all, if you got an iPhone right now, you got a cell phone, you're not at fucking rock bottom. Okay? Do you hear me? Like, are you in your home? Do you have AC pumping? Heat pumping? Well, you're not at rock bottom. You cannot be laying in the bed listening to me with a phone and talking about you at rock bottom. Stop it. Rock bottom, in my opinion, I mean, that's somebody that's under the bridge, freezing right now, sleeping on the ground, cement, concrete, right? And even those people, because I feed those people every Sunday, even those people don't believe that they've hit rock bottom. Homeless people, they don't. Like, if you ever ask a homeless person, hey man, you hit rock bottom? Nah, man, I'm not. It's not rock bottom. I'm fine. I swear to God. Like, I've been feeding people for a very long time, and these people would not say that they at rock bottom. I mean, they haven't took showers, they haven't ate properly, and they sleeping in tents in the middle of the road, under the bridge, and they're not at rock bottom. And you're telling me that you're at home, inside of a room, on a bed, with a phone, and you're rock bottom? Bullshit. You just ungrateful. Okay? You're ungrateful. And you forgot about what's happening in your life. You better look around. You better thank God and say, all praise to the Most High. I am not at rock bottom. Absolutely not. And I'm grateful for where I am, and I'm grateful for the journey. Is it hard? Maybe so. Is it difficult? Possibly. But is it impossible? Absolutely not. Okay, young man? Let me see a question here. Questions, talk to me. Wes, yes. And guys, I'm in my other room here tonight. I transferred rooms. I'm in my second master bedroom. It's very comfortable. Wes, when I meditate, I can picture what I want and almost touch it. But I know it's my mind creating a picture. Will the physical results come in abundance, or will they come slowly but surely? Well, so you got to remember something about manifesting. It's the universe or the spiritual world. Let's talk about the spiritual world, folks. Can we talk about this? The spiritual versus the physical world. I don't think people really understand how that works. The spirit world, which is the world that's in your mind, your thoughts, it doesn't work in time. Are you with me here? It doesn't even understand time. Okay. The physical world, which another name is called the third dimensional world, it works in time. Okay. We may say, what time do you have to get up to go to work? 8 o'clock. I want to pop some popcorn. How many minutes should I put? 2 minutes. Right. So the physical world works in time to create order. Okay. It's the only reason why we have time, in my opinion, to create order and structure. Okay. You got to have a time for something, right? Nighttime, daytime, sexy time, right? PMS time, right? It's order. Okay. The world the physical world has to have some type of order for it to operate in a way that it can function properly. Okay. But the spirit world, okay, like the thoughts, the beliefs in your mind, it doesn't work in time. So when your mind believes that it is experiencing this reality that you have constructed in the mind, in the spirit world, it feels and believes that it's happening. I can prove it to you. Have you ever had a dream, okay, about something? And in that dream, it felt like it was real, right? You could touch it, you could hear it, you could smell it, right? Like it was real. You woke up in a cold sweat. Oh my God. Right? You ever did that? So that was real to you, even though that was not in the physical world. But the mind perceived it as being real. What I want you to understand is when you're able to conjure up these type of images and thoughts about what you want, and you're able to hold these images in your mind, and you're able to feel, touch, and smell and taste these things over and over again, your inner world will start to bleed over in the outer world. That means that you will start to attract, to match what's happening in the spirit world. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen, here? Give me some love here because I want you to really to get this, okay? Which means is, in layman's terms, your inner world creates your outer world. Folks, it's the inner world, the thought, the spirit world creates the physical world. We all know that, right? Do we not know that? Everything that exists on the planet had to be in somebody's mind first, right? You ever heard of the law of hermetics? The law of hermetics? The 8 hermetic laws. The first one is called all is mind. You should study this stuff. All is mind. Think about that. All is mind. All, everything that exists or that will exist, all comes from the mind. The mind is the inception point of everything that is and everything that will be. Does that make sense? Now, if you get that, if you understand that on that level, you'll realize how much power you have. That's why sometimes, you know what I mean? I just think it's so, I mean, I have so much power. Like, it's just so unfair because when I deal with people, it's like I can control people. I can influence people. I can do a lot of stuff because I understand the power because all is mine. Everything that I want to happen in the physical world has to come from the mind. Everything. Does that make sense? You get it? What if you have a nightmare over and over? Does it mean that it will come true? I would. I hope not, right? Honestly, I believe, and I'm not like a dream whisperer or anything, or a dream interpreter, but I'll say this. The dreams that you have is based off what's happening in the collective unconscious, which means is when you watch movies, when you watch TikTok, when you watch Instagram, when you go out and do what you do, whatever, you hear stories, all the information is just jumbled. Like me, I don't have dreams. I don't really dream about anything, honestly, here. And if I do have a dream, it's not about anything negative because it's just my belief that you can't dream about things that you didn't like see or have access to. And listen, it's not saying that you actually, like you might have a dream about you being in prison, right? I used to have dreams like that. It was weird. But the reason why I had dreams that I was in prison because I was watching like Lock Up all the time, right? I was watching Locked Up abroad. And then all of a sudden I had a dream that me being in prison. So I wouldn't try to interpret the dream too much and think too much about the dream. I would say this, be very careful of what you expose yourself to. Like scary movies, I don't watch scary movies at all. That's just dumb. I don't know. It's just dumb. I mean, why would I watch a scary movie? I mean, that stuff is going to be embedded in your consciousness, unconsciousness, okay? And all of a sudden, you're going to think something, you hear something, and you're going to think, oh, I see something, those are ghosts. I don't watch scary movies at all, okay? I want to laugh, or I want to be inspired, or I want to be educated, okay? Next question for me here. I don't want to be scared. Some people want to be scared. That's okay. Hey, Cassie, Marie, how are you? I don't understand why would a person want to be scared. Like you want to be scared. Why? Like, please scare me. Yes, scare me. And I'm like, I thought that was an emotion that people don't want. Like if you're walking outside to your car and it's dark, I mean, do you want to be afraid? No. But people pay a ton of money to be afraid. Yet they don't want to be afraid. Okay? What's next here? Okay. What does it mean if you've been visualizing something happening for weeks, months, and years? How can you bridge the two worlds? You have to keep doing the divine boutique. Yeah, you have to continue to do it. Listen, you like meditation, which is a form of hypnosis. It takes time for you to develop, just like anything, right? You have to develop it. And many of you have not developed your ability to use your imagination intentionally, right? It just happens. But when you're intentional about it, it's going to take time, right? And like me, I use a form of meditation to be able to bridge the two worlds, right? When I'm quiet, I'm still, I'm able to create images and experiences in my mind. If I do it over and over again, I am a very powerful man. I'm telling you, I'm really great at this stuff. And the more I meditate, like if I really want something, the more I meditate on it, it happens. It happens. And let me tell you something, it happens in my spirit world, which means is I'm not thinking about it not happening in the physical world. See, if you're thinking about it in your spirit world and see if it's happening, whatever you want, you're not thinking about that it's not happening in the physical world. But many of you still are not there because spiritually or in your thoughts, in your mind, that's what it is, like if you're a millionaire or whatever, you're not thinking about that you're not a millionaire in the physical world. Does that make sense? You're not even thinking about like, oh, why does that happen? You don't even think that way anymore. And I know it's hard for you to explain it because many of you just haven't experienced meditation on that level yet because you just haven't did it for a while. But listen, like whatever you're thinking about in the mind over and over and over and over again and connecting that to some emotion, it will happen. And it's going to happen in the spirit world first, right? That's why some of you, if I say, are you living a stressful life? Many of you would say, yes, I am. And I'm like, why? And you'll give me all these reasons why you're living a stressful life. But that's just what you're imagining. That's your perception. You're using your thoughts to define everything in your life as stressful. But you could look at other things in your life and see that it's not stressful. You see? It's crazy, right? It's like the same world, but different perceptions of the same world, same experiences here. Because you might say, you have anxiety. Or you might say, I have an anxiety. I might say, you don't. And you'll argue with me, yes, I do. I say, no, you don't. So even though you don't want that reality that you have anxiety, but you've thought about it so much and you have already agreed that's what it is, that it'll be very hard for me to unravel that belief. And it's nothing but a belief. And a belief is nothing but an illusion. It's not even real, but you think it's real because you've connected what you think that's happening in your body. You may say, well, no, I can't breathe. I started hyperventilating, blah, blah. So you've connected that to your spirit, physical world. Does that make sense? And that's what we do as people. We start to connect what's happening in our mind to the physical world, right? Got to be very careful about that, especially things that don't serve you. I know this is so good. You like this stuff, don't you? I know. Ladies and gentlemen, you getting turned on with this information here. I'm here to serve you here. I'm here because, listen, once you understand how this all works, which I have a ton of information. I just have a ton of knowledge. And the reason why, because I read so much. Like, I've been reading books for 15 years, man, 15 plus years, reading all types of books that you've never heard of. I mean, I've read a lot. And all the information is in the minds, in my brain. So that's why I understand like this metaphysical world so well, right? And I don't work as hard as the average person, but yet I live a very outstanding life. I mean, it's insane, the life that I live, right? And I look young. And listen, you know why I look so youthful? I owe that to meditation and manifesting. Like, I've manifested youth in myself. Like, you can do this. I'm telling you, I don't want to go too deep because you guys are going to be very skeptic. But you can manifest yourself young. You can manifest yourself beautiful and handsome. I swear to you, you can. You can manifest yourself having nice skin. You can manifest yourself having the body of your dreams. You can. And I know some of you are going to be skeptical. Well, no, you can't. Absolutely. Yeah, okay, whatever. But you can. 100%. Okay? It's going to be a very easy process here. What's next here? Like, when I say that it's almost nothing that you can't manifest. Like, and the word manifest, all it means is whatever idea, whatever thought, whatever creative thought that's in your mind, you can make real. And I know some people are going to say, oh, well, make an airplane disappear. Well, I mean, I know people are going to say some stupid shit like, oh, well, make the building disappear, Wes. Well, put $1 million in my bank account right now in 24 hours. Whatever. But what I'm here to tell you, listen. Whatever the mind believe and conceive, it will achieve. I'm telling you, the mind will do it if you set the environment up for it to do it. This is why I teach you this stuff. And, unfortunately, on the western part of the world, like America, Canada, whatever, it's very hard and difficult for us to believe this because we didn't grow up this way. That's why, like in India, which I've been to Indonesia, I've been to Indonesia. Children are taught this when they're young. They're taught to meditate. They're taught to chant. They're taught and understand the spirituality of the world, the spiritual world, right? It's a real world. They learn this as children. Okay? And unfortunately, we don't. We're stuck in the linear world. We're stuck in the how-to world. Well, how do you do it? Well, how do you do it? Well, how fast can I do it? Well, when is it going to happen? How long does it take? Unfortunately, that's the world that we live in. A world of confusion. In America, for sure. You know, the world of confusion, man. So many confused people here on the planet, unfortunately, here. But I'm here to be that light. I'm here to educate you. And I'm here to close the gap so you'll understand the tools that you have before you that you can utilize to manifest anything with ease. All right? Very simple. Any more questions for me here? Then why are there those countries still poor? What, like Indonesia? You have many rich people there. It may be predominantly poor, but you have to understand when you go to places like India and stuff, their first thought is not to make $1 million, man. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, unfortunately, in America, the happiness is taught that you're not happy unless you have $1 million. Like, you're not happy unless you're financially successful. Well, that's not taught in India. That is not a value. It's not that's not a value for them. It's not like, oh, you got to be rich. No, not them. I mean, these people are happy and poor, but they don't even know they're poor. Some of them, they don't even know. They don't even care. They don't think about it that way, right? See, in America, it's just so capitalistic. You know, it's all about who got the most money, who got the most jewelry, who got all the girls, who got the car. It's always competition. But in other countries, it is just not like this. You can go to these poor countries, and the poor people, which they have more poor people in India than they have in America, and it's less crime. I mean, it's like 80% less crime. But the crime is here. There's no crime there, but it's more poor people in India, Indonesia, more poor people there, but less crime. Because when you go there, you don't see poor people looking and feeling like they're poor because they don't even think that they're poor. They're happy because their value is not based off how much money they have in the bank account. Unfortunately, we've been taught and we've been conditioned that it's all about what you got here. And that's what makes you, relevant or significant on the planet, which is unfortunate. But, hey, it is what it is. It's capitalism at its best. Okay? Yeah, same thing with Africa as well, Questions for me here. Did you make up the Genius script? You're so smart. I am the creator. Then why? Oh, okay. Questions, talk to me. The deeper I'm going into my subconscious mind from meditating, the angrier I'm becoming. Any advice? Well, why are you angry, Patricia? Why? Why are you angry? Because you're meditating and you're going deep into your subconscious mind. What are you angry about? How can you manifest perfect skin? You want to know? I mean, do you really want to know how to manifest perfect skin? Or are you just asking me? And listen, when you're listening to me, you have to have an open mind. If you don't have an open mind, listen, you're going to think everything that comes out of my mouth is bullshit. And that's okay. I know a lot of people are going to think it's bullshit. It is okay, but I'm living proof, baby. I'm living this life. I'm really, if you ever meet me, I am actually living this spectacular life, man. Oh my God, my life is just so perfect. So this is how you manifest perfect skin. You know what I do? I just write it down. I say, I now have perfect, beautiful, glowing skin. And what tends to happen when you do that, and you see that, and I meditate and I see myself, I have perfect skin. I have really good skin anyway, but whatever. I'm going even more perfect, even better, right? Things start to happen in your life to make that a reality. I give an example. I was I was listening to TikTok, and I saw this one TikTok video. You probably seen this about you can use, certain type of items to really clear your skin, to make your skin even more, glow and shiny. And boom, all of a sudden I see the video and I do it, and it worked. My skin is even like you guys think I'm glowing now. I mean, I'm really glowing now, right? Skin is just so clear and nice, shiny and radiant and soft. So what I'm saying is, you just write it down. You write it down. You meditate. You see it. You see yourself having perfect skin, and things in the physical world will just come to you. I swear to God. Look, I know it's hard for you guys to really understand this, right? Because you're like, come on, Wes, you just can't come to it. It will. Like, you have to understand something about the brain. It's something that's called the reticular activating system. This is responsible for what you focus on in life, right? It's responsible for focus and what you pay attention to. And I'm telling you, whatever you put in that mind of yours and you think about long enough, things will just happen. And you might not even know why it's happening, but it would happen toward the achievement of the goal or the dream. You have to trust the process. And see, let me ask you a question. It's like this. If you might say, well, I want to manifest a Lamborghini, then all of a sudden your car breaks down. Many of you might think that's negative, but no, it's not negative. Like, the car needs to go away for there to be an opportunity to have a new car. Oh, my bicep hurt. Oh, ow, ow. I did biceps today. Ooh. Had a muscle spasm there. Yikes. Okay, I think I'm good. Jeez, that was painful. Does that make sense, folks? I get angry when I overstrain myself brains because I have an organic brain injury. I can't help it. It can be lifting a milk carton. When I overstrain myself brains because I have an organic brain injury. Well, tell me more about the brain injury, pal. No shade. I swear, your skin like you use foundation. No, I don't use foundation. Come on now. Foundation? What? I don't put makeup on my face, folks. Any questions for me? Wes, your biceps don't hurt. That's just your biceps. I love your T-Core. Okay, let me tell you what he just said. He said, Wes, your biceps don't hurt. That's just your perception. You're right. But I do feel that pain, though. But that pain is good, a good pain. We're going to say that pain is pleasure. Pleasure, but I want that pleasure to stop for a second. I love it. I was waiting on somebody to do that. Wes, how do we go about discovering and resolving the unconscious blocks of beliefs that we are unaware which hinder our success? Yeah, Max, the great meditation. Honestly, man, meditation. Meditation is in my opinion, the most powerful thing aside from like hypnosis, to bridge the gap between what you are and what you want to be. Got to meditate, man. And like I said, it's like a muscle. You have to build it. Got to meditate. Like today, I meditated 3 times today. Okay? Yeah. Tomorrow, I'll probably meditate 5 to 10 times tomorrow. And I know it sounds crazy, right? A lot of you might, well, how is meditation going to make things happen? Yeah, I know. I get it. But if you believe that all is mind and that everything in the universe comes from the mind, that means that you got to work on the mind, right? Because you got to get the mind to believe that you can actually create what you want in the physical world. And that's the problem. You don't believe it. You just don't believe it. You just don't believe. You got too much doubt. Okay? Which means you have to work on the brain here. Persistent concussion syndrome. Well, guess what, Pap K? We're going to believe and we're going to claim that you don't have that anymore. How about that? We're going to believe that you're healed right now. Done. You're healed. We're going to believe that collectively that Pap K is healed, that she no longer have persistent concussion symptoms at all. And Pap, all it takes, and I know this is hard for you to swallow here, but all it takes is for you to believe that. It doesn't mean that you're going to, every once in a while, have symptoms here, but you got to believe that you don't have this. You got to believe that you're normal, that you're great, that your brain is functioning properly, because we just don't believe how powerful we are. And I get it. The doctor always trying to give us some prognosis about what we are and what's happening to us. But listen, a doctor's diagnosis doesn't have to be your prognosis. Does that make sense? Can I get an amen, please? It's not church. But did that make sense to you? A doctor's diagnosis, man, listen, there are countless studies of doctors that told people you have cancer, you have 2 weeks to live, 3 weeks to live. And these people are in remission. They heal themselves. You got to do the research, man. Study this stuff. People that were saying they'll never walk again. Doctors, you'll never walk again. And they're running marathons. So you can't tell me that the mind is not powerful. You can't accept it. Don't accept anything that you don't want to accept. I don't care if everybody said, no, it's impossible. You can't do it. Don't accept it if you don't want to accept it. I don't accept the things that I want to accept. Okay? And you can call me crazy. You can say I'm delusional. I don't care. But I don't have to accept it. And that's the power that we all have as individuals. The power to accept, to disagree at any given time. Can I manifest my favorite team to win? Or is it out of my control because it's other people's actions? Of course. Listen, let me tell you something about manifesting for other people. People ask me this all the time. Can you manifest for other people? You can. Yeah, you can. I've done it. But see, listen, like, you have to understand, it's levels of meditation, like beginner, advanced, intermediate. Like, the more you do it, you become more aware of the power. Until you do it, you'll never understand what I'm talking about. I've been meditating for 12 years consistently. So I understand the power of manifesting. Like, even when you meditate a ton and really understand the mind, you can actually, this is going to sound crazy, right? You can actually send messages to people. I'm telling you, you can tell people to call you. You can tell people to think about you. Yes, you can. I've done it. It works through meditation. I've called people, like, maybe I wanted somebody in my life and they call me or they text me or I'm telling you, it works. It works. And I know it sounds crazy, but it works. I don't know how that works really, but you can. Like, you can picture somebody, you can meditate, you can picture somebody in your mind. And I've had people who have manifested me that way. I've had people that met me and say, Wesley, I manifest you. I used to think about you and think about spending time with you. And all of a sudden I meet these people. I swear to God. And they'll tell me the story. Because I'm telling you, the thoughts are powerful. And the thoughts that are bind with feelings, when you feel powerful about the thought, man, it will happen. So be careful with this. Because it will happen. Okay? Questions here. Is it meditation similar to what witchcraft practice? Well, I have no thoughts on witchcraft. I don't study witchcraft, so I wouldn't know, T-Corn. And if you don't believe me about you can actually send messages to people, I want you to do something. This is what I want you to do for like a month. I want you to think about one person that you want to reach out to you, call you, or whatever. And when you're meditating, I want you to see that person's face, right? You need to be able to see their face. You need to be able to, if they had a certain smell, you need to smell that. If you remember how they felt, you need to feel that. So when you're meditating, this person in particular, just imagine them all the time. And I want you to tell them something. You tell them exactly what you want to hear from them. Just do it for 30 days. And don't be surprised when it happens. It's going to blow your mind. I'm telling you. If you want to try that, but I'm telling you, me, it's not scary to me anymore. It's just very normal for me to do it now because I have just, I just love it. I don't know. It's fun. But try it. Before you knock it, just try it. You picture the person and you do your best to experience them with your five senses, right? It's good if you remember how they smell, how they look, how they, to touch them, everything. You need to experience it and keep doing it. And I'm telling you, this person's going to find some way back in your life. It's going to blow your mind. Okay? What's up, Steph? You're late. What's the question here? Hey, listen, was this live great or was it phenomenal? Comment below. Was it phenomenal or what? You've learned so much here tonight. And you allowed me to go deeper. I like going deeper this way. And the reason why sometimes I'm reluctant to go so deep because I know many of you won't get it or you won't understand it or you will just repudiate it. You're going to reject it. And it's because of your lack of education about the topic and your lack of understanding. So, I like to teach you the numbers first before I teach you how to multiply the numbers, right? But I was glad that I was able to go a little bit deeper tonight into the psyche so you can understand completely how the universe works, how reality works, and how you can change it and alter it to work for you. Yeah, and sure you'll listen to it again. Any more questions before we talk to me? Any more questions before I let you go? We've been on here for 2 hours here. All right. I guess I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Hey, thank you so much. I love you. Listen, I love you so much. And I love you because you made a decision to be here. Continue to listen. I do this for you. Honestly, I do it for you because I do want you to win. Remember, in life, we don't get what we want out of life. We get what we picture. Picture the life that you want daily. Even when you think it's not working, continue to picture the life that you want daily. Even when it feels that it's not working, continue to picture the life that you want daily. Because if you continue to picture it, the life that you want, the life that you desire, over and over and over again, it's inevitable, man. It's inevitable. It will happen, and it will happen, and it will blow your mind. I love you so much. Remember, you can always join the podcast here at Wesley Virgin. Go to google.com, type in Wesley Virgin podcast. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, we're everywhere. And also, if you want access to my Genie Script course, which is the #1 manifestation course on the planet. Listen, that's not me talking. That's the thousands of people who have bought the course. You can always type in the Genie Script, download it, get access to it. I would teach you and go very deep so you can understand how to manifest what you want and become a master so you can work less and get what you want more. Much love. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin. Let's go.